Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 52 of Task Force Unlikely Heart. In the last episode, Task Force Unlikely finally beat the shit out of Shemeshka the Marauder, King of the Crossgrade. After she attempted to escalate the Blood War using a 48-episode-long plan.
We foiled it by smashing things.
Yes.
Yep. So great plan.
Well, it would have worked if not for you pesky kids.
We threw a wrench into it, and by a wrench, I mean a tiefling Gundam.
We kicked her ass in a fight that she had every reason to win, so...
And looking at the stats from last week, she almost did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You all defy the odds constantly, so... At the end of the episode, Gayle retrieved her vial of blood, which Gayle now has. Gayle can do whatever she wants with, pour it down the drain or
Give herself
keep
the
it
royal
somewhere.
treatment. Topical.
And she basically told all the elven gods, the drow gods related to her, to leave me alone. At the very end of the episode, however, the party was taken by mists, which we have not seen in some time here at the Laughing Dragon Inn, but also it's constant. So,
In like a whole 8 episodes or something. Wow.
I think it's been like 28 for you all. Timber Gorge was the last time.
Yeah, Timber Gorge.
We went to the demi-plane of dread. So you all have a long rest. Enjoy.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. You all feel bright sunshine hit your eyes as you blink awake, and you are each in a small, well-appointed little country inn room. Tarbek.
The nice Dread Realm. Yes.
Mm-hmm. None of you are in the same room as each other, but they are all similarly appointed. There's a little wash basin, a nice roaring fireplace. The window is gently opening and closing, and you can smell clean, salty air. And it looks like a bright spring day outside.
Start making noises. She's gonna start making her friends' names. Can they hear her?
Yes.
Okay.
It is immediate, like, moving towards that noise, not touching anything. I don't
Tarbek
trust
will,
like that, Andy.
Tarbek will do the shave and the haircut knock on the wall of his room.
Mm-hmm. And Kaw, you can hear shaving a haircut 2 bits knocked on the
2 bits.
or 2 bits. Yep, you finished the 2 bits. Okay, yeah, you two are next to each other. Navira, you very carefully walk your way outside. Can I get? You don't even need to do this, Navira. You would immediately notice that you do not have your armor on, and you do not see Redeemer anywhere near here.
Oh, good.
And that is true of all of you.
Oh, good.
I want to look for my stuff.
Okay. Give me an investigation or a perception check.
Ooh, I rolled a natural 19, so that means it is a
38.
20. No, wait. 21? 19 plus 12?
31.
No.
31.
31.
31.
Yep.
I thought I was joking, but
You weren't. I knew you weren't. I knew you were trying to, but I knew you weren't.
So with a 31, Gayle, you tear this place apart without touching anything. Like, you are just, you know, if you have to pick something up, you find something in the room that you can, like, move it with. And yet, there...
I mean, I can still... I remember from last time I could cast
Mage Hand, of course. Yeah, you Mage Hand stuff all over the place. Yet you do not find your stuff in this room. It is, I can tell you for certain, it is not in this room. With a 31.
Do I see any like thematic knickknacks that maybe if it was a comic book you would linger on to tell the reader where they are, but not the character?
Give me a second. Small washstand, chest. So you look in the chest, it's not there. Chairs, 4-poster bed, linen sheets, thick comforter, fireplace.
This is by far the nicest Dread Realm we've ever been to.
Yes,
so far.
Nothing seems out of place in this room. You don't think your gear was ever here. Like, you were probably put in here, and your gear was taken from you before then.
And there's like no weird patterns on like the quilt or anything where it's like those look like, I don't know, bad people doing stuff on that quilt.
There it is.
Early this week. Hold on.
Yep.
To be fair, this is just Discord hates like the best Western Dread Realm or whatever.
Yes. Okay, hold on a second. So to answer your question, Gayle, nothing here. The linens are not ominous. Yeah, the comforter is just like a solid color. It's just tan. It's kind of got that beach aesthetic.
Okay, then Gayle will go out and find her friends.
Okay, yeah. So, you step out into the hallway. Navira also steps out into the hallway, and you can hear a knocking from one room. There are 5 rooms up here. There's 3 on one wall, 2 on the other. You all are staying in the side with 2 rooms. So across from you are 3 different rooms, and you can hear knocking and Kaw's voice coming from one of them.
Not a word. She's not in her armor right now. And then she points towards Kaw's room first. Or points to herself, Kaw's room, points to Gayle, knocking room.
Gayle will just sort of nod and follow Navira.
Okay. So the 2 of you can push open the rooms to see Tarbek and Kaw, respectively.
I like to imagine that when Gayle is opening the room, it's like, you know, when you are about to open a door and then someone else is like opening it from the other side.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so you are confronted face to face with Tarbek, who, as I think we've established, always looks very small without his armor on. Like, he's still a broad, dwarf. It's just you so rarely see him and Navira without it on. It is weird.
I picture Tarbek as, I think we talked about this. He has like ridiculously huge arms, but it's like kind of, soft around the middle, so to speak. And he's just, it's like an 80s wrestler, essentially.
Okay, so the 4 of you are reunited. What would you like to do?
Like, how everyone looks super different without their gear or the armor. Meanwhile, Kaw looks about the same.
But she doesn't jangle anymore.
No one took her bangles. I will say that.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yay.
And Gayle still has her.
One?
Sorry.
Even the magical one?
Yep. Wait,
Neat.
which
Fire resistance.
fire resistance? Yeah, they probably wouldn't. That didn't look immediately dangerous. So if you have a magic item on you that's not like a weapon or armor, you still have that. But wands are
It's like my
gone.
bandoliers.
Yeah, bandolier's gone. Swords are gone. Hammer's gone. So Big Gayle still has, her like little trench coat.
I have a holy
Yeah.
symbol, and that's probably about it.
Uh,
Actually, would they have taken that? Because I used that to cast magic.
yes, they would have then.
All right.
My
so
fucking javelins.
Never even used these.
by far the
I did use
nicest-
them to break that one thing that one time with the devil bullshit.
You did.
Just yeet. Now they're
All right.
gone.
Wank.
I remember that.
Okay.
So this is the nicest place I've ever been kidnapped to. Still
Ask
feel like I've
again
been.
later.
Still feel like I've been kidnapped. So
Kidnapped and robbed.
yeah, that too.
Yes.
I mean, if you have any scrap metal, I can probably make more. I feel very exposed. I won't lie to you.
Oh yeah, you're telling me. I don't even know what my armor class is without my armor on.
Bad.
Mine is 9.
I believe Navira's would also
No,
be
wait.
9.
Yep.
Tarbek's also got like these stuff. He's got like stubby legs. So
So this hallway, as I said, there is one unopened door and a staircase leading downstairs.
Tarbek will knock politely on the unopened door.
Let's see. There is no answer.
Is it locked?
It is not locked.
All right, open it up.
Okay.
I want my
All
shit.
your gear.
Thousands of spiders, rather large spiders, that big around, big red eyes, swarm out of the room and start covering everyone but Gayle. Just all over you.
Every
And-
infernal curse that has ever existed.
Can
Coming from 2 mouths.
Go ahead, Gayle.
In
Can
the
Gayle
same
tell him
voice.
tell him to stop?
As you kind of like stop, the spiders all disappear and turn into kind of smoke.
Oh.
All right, so I don't want to.
Navira will turn to Tarbek and be like, "What did you say about this place being nice?"
Charmed.
Still probably better than Timber Gorge, actually.
Oh, you got that right. Fair point.
Except for the sheep guy, he was all right.
All hail short burns.
Yeah, I heard it before.
Me am priest. Me am high priest. Me am pope.
You know, probably 2 out of those 3 things would be true, even for you, Kaw.
Slum's mind damn blown. I got a lot of good material out of that episode.
All right,
Um,
we should probably.
But the room otherwise stands empty and looks like nothing was in there. It doesn't. There's not a bunch of webs or egg sacs or anything. It just looks empty, unoccupied. There's a little fire going still, but
Is there anything made of metal around at all?
yeah, there are. Every fireplace has a poker and a metal little gate in front of each one.
Do we want weapons, guys? Because 10 minutes is all I really need.
Navira will affirm.
All right. Can I make like a set of weapons using fabricate, or is that like a bunch of different uses? Or I don't know if I should use my artisan's blessing or.
You might be better off using your artisan's blessing. Let me look at fabricate real fast.
Artisan's blessing takes an entire hour. Fabricate takes 10 minutes. Is the only reason I'm saying fabricate first. And I know for a fact that artisan's blessing would only make one thing, and I can only use it once. No, I can use it twice per short rest.
I mean, I can make do with just a poker.
Kaw's good.
Yeah, I would say you could make. Look, they're going to be shitty, but you can make. Yeah, you could make weapons. I think you'd have to cast it twice to do weapons and then armor. Well, okay, you can use fabricate to make shitty weapons and armor for you and Navira, but like, I mean, Gayle doesn't wear metal armor. So.
I just don't think there's going to be enough metal at all to make the armor.
I mean,
no, there probably isn't.
Shitty
You're
armor.
probably right. You make a helmet.
I think I technically have the highest armor class now.
You probably do, almost certainly.
Say, what's yours? Because mine's 12 now.
Yeah.
I mean, I have +3 to deck, so that's like what?
Yeah, it's
13.
13. Yeah. So Gayle is technically the most armored member of the party.
Congratulations, you're the tank now.
But yeah, you could use fabricate to turn the pokers and gates into a rapier, probably a longsword. Navira's gonna have to go back to the longsword for now. I don't think there's enough to make a great sword and all these things. And the warhammer, the smaller hammer. I think that's a warhammer.
It is the warhammer. I was actually gonna say, can I make a like shields with the grates and then weapons with the pokers?
Sure.
Okay, so I would like to make. I don't know if there's. You can tell me if there's not enough to do this. I'd like to make 3 shields and 4 weapons. Because I know Kaw
you can do that.
Shield, but doesn't usually.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right, so I'm gonna say longsword, rapier. What's your favorite weapon, Kaw?
Let's go with the dagger.
I was gonna say dagger.
Dagger, and Tarbek isn't happy about it, but he is going to use because I don't think there's just enough here for a warhammer. Tarbek's gonna make I guess it would have to be a warhammer. He's not proficient in anything else. But it's probably just like a piece of metal with like a stone attached to the end.
Yeah, look. These aren't good weapons. Let me stress that. Tarbek, this probably pains your soul probably to have to do this. But yeah, it's the materials you're working with. Like, you just can't. There's not a lot of anything, and it's just you're doing your best. But they'll work. I'm not saying they'll work for a long time, but they will work.
Guys, it's
a letter opener.
Guys, I'm gonna have to ask you after this to never just destroy these with as much prejudice as possible. Once we get our stuff back,
we can do that for you, buddy.
My worst since middle school, I think. I got a C in middle school for making something that was better than what I'm holding right now.
Reply hazy. Try again.
Yeah. If you reverse prestidigitate that dagger, you probably give somebody tetanus with it. Just really dirty it up.
Does 1d 0.5 damage.
But in 2 weeks, you're gonna have a problem. Okay.
By next game, they'll be dead.
Okay, so Gayle is the tank. I have to plan to stab someone and run away. That would make me the rogue now.
You also have a shield, by the way, Kaw, if you want it.
So now Kaw is the tank, I think.
Yep.
This is going great, everybody.
Yep.
Bumps me back up to a 14.
Okay.
I always forget that I actually do have a shield with me normally. I just never use it
Right,
because I
'cause you're-
two-hand my
You
weapon.
need your weapon.
You can still two-hand the long...
Yeah, but
the
that makes
poker
me the
that's
glass cannon.
It does.
Still
We
get it.
still have an
You
insane
see
amount
my
of
problem
HP.
here?
But, like, my armor bonuses go away when I'm not wearing heavy armors. Oh! Wait a second. Can I use my Artisan's Blessing to enchant my terrible poker hand?
You can indeed.
Yes.
It glows very briefly, and Tarbek, in the back of your head you hear Morden go, "Yeah."
Really?
I know. I'm sorry. It's complicated. I did this with a fire poker and a rock I found at the bottom of the fire pit.
I get it. Just
I know. I
rough.
promise I'll bless something better next time.
Okay. What would you all like to do now?
Well, we got equipped. This is like This is the part of an RPG where you're stuck in a jail, and like you have to find. This is level 1 of Legend of Grimrock, basically.
Using a pot
We
lid as a
will-
shield. Yeah.
Make do. It is time to search this house and hopefully find our good shit.
Don't diss the pot shield. You can use it to reflect guardian shots and kill them.
Can you?
Yes.
That would have been good to know.
Crap.
Any shield in the game can deflect their projectiles,
Oh.
including the pot lid.
Okay. I was terrible at deflecting them, so
Same.
I have those laser shields. Anyway, okay, so you all head downstairs. Going downstairs, you can see this inn is fairly large. There is a little bar with a man kind of absentmindedly polishing a single spot of the bar, and across from that is a great room where you can hear. It sounds like someone's having a heated discussion.
I'm gonna like look at the bartender and go. Do you often get people kind of just?
Yeah, I was about to say, can you give me a description of this bartender real quick?
Sure. Yeah, but he, as soon as Tarbek starts talking to him, he is startled. Let's see. I hate the way this adventure is. Come on. He is based on posture alone and the fact that he just literally yelped. He holds himself with a nervous energy. He's probably in his mid 40s, graying hair, a bit of a potbelly. But yeah, otherwise just kind of a generic face, you'd say.
Tarbek's looking in a mirror.
Taller mirror, but a mirror.
He is. Yeah, he's like 5'6" maybe. He's a
So I'm
fairly
looking in a
average
mirror.
height human.
You're looking up in a mirror.
No, I meant Daniel.
Oh.
But
Fair enough.
I
5'6"
didn't realize you were in your
super
mid-40s.
anxious.
Yeah.
I am not in my.
So I was going to say it's about twice your age. Closer to me than you. Okay, yeah. So he startles Tarbek. What was your question?
Do you often get people teleporting into the rooms from like what happened? Why are we here?
Where is here?
Yes.
You're this is the Blackguard Inn. Mordenshire by the Sea is the town. And why you were all here, because you started a fight in the town square, and someone had to subdue you, and then they said, well, we must take them to the inn, and then now you're here, and I can start your checkout procedure right now, actually, and that would be excellent. There is another inn in town that caters to adventurers, if you would like.
I don't remember starting a fight, and Tarbek's gonna breathe on his hand and sniff it. I am not near drunk enough to have done that.
Well, you definitely did. The good doctor came and knocked you all out, and you broke the one of the Smithy's arms.
Okay, that is definitely not something I would do. I myself am a smithy. By the way, Tarbek's gonna. Does he still have his gold with him?
Yes. They didn't take your gold, just your gear.
Tarbek's gonna place 25 gold pieces on the counter, which I know is probably overpaying. It's gonna be apologies. We may have borrowed some components from your fireplaces.
I don't know what that means, but okay. And he'll kind of
What
open
is
up
this
a little.
doctor's name?
Yeah, that's
Cash box.
what Kaw was going to just tilt her head and repeat back. The good doctor?
Let's see. His name is
Rudolph Van
ridiculous.
Richten.
It's not Rudolph Van
Turning
Richten.
off
Where,
this goddamn
if you did that.
right now.
It is sadly not. Although I now wish it had
I'm
been.
mousing over the shut down computer button right now, Andy.
No, his name is Germain d'Honneur. And the innkeep will introduce himself as a Dominic. And he says that the doctor is in the great room discussing things with Gwyndian, the local bard.
What was the innkeeper's name again?
Dominic.
Dominic. All right. I am going to set 5 gold pieces on Dominic's counter, say keep the change, and walk towards that room with the doctor in it.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything as Navira crosses the threshold?
Follow Navira.
Perfect.
No,
Maybe
it's not
rub
the
the worry
time for
stone if that's
subtlety.
still hidden up my sleeve.
Okay. Let's see.
Also gonna follow Navira.
Navira has her
I
I
will
want
also
to have
follow
a
at a healthy
discussion
distance.
face on, so...
Okay. As you enter the great room, let's see. It's got well-worn tables and chairs. High ceilings. You can smell ale, mustard, and meats, although not much is present currently. And you see 2 individuals sitting next to the fire, kind of, again, in a discussion. One of them is a young man, maybe 20. He has a guitar strapped to his back. He's wearing traveler's clothes. He's got a flat cap on, and he's talking to an older gentleman, very skinny, little wire frame glasses, he's wearing like a full-on like 3-piece suit. Like it's, you're all from a medieval-ish setting. And he's straight up dressed Victorian. He's kind of got big mutton chops, which don't really fit his kind of thin face. And he's smoking a pipe. And he raises his hand and waves as if he recognizes you all.
Funny thing, because we don't recognize him.
Tarbek will like wave very tentatively.
Yes.
Instead of
He gestures you over and he says to the young man that they'll continue their discussion later, and the guy's kind of like, whatever, kind of stalks past all of you. The doctor says, "Welcome, my friends. So you are up and about at last. Come sit with me, and I will purchase you your first breakfast in 3 days now."
Navira does not sit.
ask again later.
He looks at you and he says, "Oh yes, you must be a bit confused. It can be a side effect of the delirium."
Delirium?
Yes. Do you remember nothing?
No.
Not
Interesting. You okay, Liz? Can you hear, or is it acting up real bad?
It's like it starts and stops. So I know we're talking to the guy. He said something, and then I don't hear anything else for a little bit, and then it sort of picks back up again.
Ugh.
Like right now, you guys are all kind of frozen for me.
But you can hear us every once in a while. You can.
And
hear
now
us?
you look okay.
Okay.
But it's like as soon as we start going again, like it freezes up, and I start to lag behind. Like yeah, right. I just didn't hear anything you said.
Well, I kind of just ummed. Well, I don't want to. I certainly don't want to proceed if you can't hear, but I also don't know what we can do to fix it.
I mean, it's sort of the thing that happens to me like every week, where it's like my internet just stops working for no reason, or like cuts in and out, and then it's fine for a little bit longer. Like right now, it's fine.
Okay. Well, let's continue as long as it's fine, and then we'll, if it's not, message again. But let's see.
Okie doke.
Okay.
We need a screen that's literally just waiting for our internet connections to stabilize.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this whole scenario kind of feels like.
I
mean,
Very
it feel-
crazy Dread Realm.
He will say, yes, the delirium. It has affected several of the town inhabitants. I am, as you perhaps have gleaned, I am the doctor. I attend the nearby sanitarium. But you appeared in the streets one day. I assume you chartered a boat to this quaint little village. You appeared in the streets and you simply started attacking townsfolk, and we had to do our best to restrain you. You are a powerful lot. It took many folks. Some were injured, but I could tell as soon as they called me that you were not of sound reason. So I put you under to the miracle of hypnotism, and it seems you have made a recovery and perhaps even a full one. He kind of takes out like a little pen light, and he kind of sort of shines it in the general direction of you.
Knock it out of your hands.
Oh, okay, quite rude. Well, yes. Can I purchase you a meal, or?
I mean,
Perhaps another time.
Of course, of course.
Where are all the people we injured?
About town. I think the only one with serious harm was the blacksmith. Otherwise, bruised egos and.
I would
And
like
such.
to pay the blacksmith a visit. I myself am actually a healer of sorts.
Yes,
As am I.
yes, excellent. The town can always use
Everyone
more.
but
Believe it
Gayle?
or not.
Just kind of stares up the 6.5 feet.
Navira is that one anime screenshot of I'm a healer, but cockscut.
It's also no armor, so you can just see like full.
Yeah, but it's also I'm a fighter, but lay on hands.
I'm also a blacksmith, actually, so I feel doubly bad if we were involved in that. I understand how bad an injury can impede one's work.
He says, "Of course, of course." Now, I as a doctor in charge of your recent care, I would stress that you should not push yourselves too far.
I have
Where's
a
our
question
stuff?
though. That was one of them.
Yes.
Get to
But
Gale's
also-
question first.
What world are we in?
World. I don't.
Yeah.
More.
What?
The town is Mordantshire by the sea.
What's the country?
Mordantshire.
What's
Are we
the,
on Toral?
I'm not familiar with Toril. No.
What's the planet called?
We simply call it Earth.
But which Earth?
There are more than one.
I mean, yeah.
Question: have we seen any non-human creatures?
Not yet, no. But he doesn't seem too
he's not
surprised
freaking
by
out,
you.
yeah.
And one of you is you got a talking bird. Tarbek could just be a short man, but Gayle has gray skin and a devil.
Tarbek would actually be the least worrisome here.
When you start asking about these other Earths, and you kind of his answer is not sufficient to you, he does take out like a little pad of paper and he starts writing something down.
All right.
What's he writing down?
With your passive perception, he says, it says, perhaps the delirium lingers beyond the initial period. We'll have to investigate and follow up further. They seem mostly lucid.
All right. So the last thing that I remember, I can't speak for anyone else here, but I'm assuming that it's similar. Last thing I remember, we were enveloped by this very strange mist, and then we woke up having just all of our stuff gone in random inn rooms. We thought we'd been kidnapped.
No, we put you there for your own safety. The sea can get quite misty sometimes. Perhaps on your boat ride in, you.
All right, so the
experienced
spiders
some
in
of
the other room. That's
that. Take out his notepad again and write spiders ? Underline, underline, underline. Can you show me these spiders?
Oh, are we still hallucinating? That's embarrassing.
You said we still had gold on us, right?
Yes.
So Gayle will take out one of her water deep dragons and hand it to the guy and be like, "We're not from this plane of existence, and I'm really too tired to like deal with any of this weird bullshit."
He'll look at it and he says, "Well, it's simply a gold doubloon from across the sea, is it not?"
It's a gold dragon.
Does it look like a dragon? looks like a
Kaw is going to make wagging noises and is trying to ask, okay, so how do we leave?
leave. Oh, of course, there are several wagoners in town. You might also find some assistance from the lord of the county. He is a quite nice man. A bit getting on there in years, but his daughter has a good head on her shoulders and has just become engaged to a handsome young man.
Oh, good for them.
But he says that you can also take a ship. They leave daily, headed for all points west.
Tarbek is going to turn to the rest of the party and go, all right, so we're going to try the Burke skull first, but if that doesn't work,
Well,
Couples
maybe
up
before we
finger
try
repeat.
something that
Okay.
try something that drastic, you could try sending to one of Gale's uncles or see if you can get a hold of them first.
Also, if we could get our stuff back, I would. If there's any fines we have to pay, we can handle those. But we would
He
like to make
says,
sure.
he says, no, it was not your fault, and the town understands. Others in the area have suffered from similar ailments, but none are as I said, powerful as you. As for your gear, I believe they did take it to the Weathermay estate, Heather House. It is not far from here.
Which direction is it?
Let me look at the map.
As soon as he gives a direction, Navira
It's
is already
up and
walking.
out.
Bye.
She feels naked as fuck right now, and she does not like it.
That does occasionally, poke a bicep. It's neat. These are cool. I get to see them very rarely.
There are a lot of hatching scars and even what looks like burns. You're like, Jesus, what could get hot enough to burn this girl? But
I was gonna say Tarbek's all just burns along here, basically. His upper arms look fine, but as you move down, it's worse and worse.
He will say that Heather House, where Lord Weathermay lives, is southwest of town, of the town square. And you can walk down the farmer's path until you reach a fork in the road, and then you head west.
Navira will toss another gold coin in his direction and take off in that direction, being like, all right, we'll call Gale's uncle's on the way.
Okay. If you need help, I will be at the sanitarium. Your condition.
I feel like we kind of nowadays we kind of leave gold everywhere just because we feel like we're carving a swathe of destruction just by virtue of being level 11.
A little bit.
Sorry.
Basically.
I mean, all Navira has to do is hit something, and she'll deal divine damage.
Same with fire.
It's not even purposeful anymore.
Real important question. Does Kaw still have her bag of bones with her?
Yes.
Okay, good. How's Augury looking right now?
Oh boy.
Wheel.
Good.
Oh.
Hold on a second. Okay, so
Bless you.
bless
Thank
you. So you all start to head out of the inn. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you pass by the innkeep again, Dominic says, would you like to settle up? Are you coming back? You don't have to.
Just gave you
Paid him 25,
pieces.
30 gold pieces.
He is basically asking, are you coming back? He wants the answer to be no.
Cannot predict now.
Well, if you need to stay somewhere, there's another inn.
Cannot predict now.
We get it. You don't like adventurers. That's your shtick. So the dragon comes to town. You're not gonna.
What's a dragon?
He's just gonna rumble,
What the
just
fuck?
muttering under his breath.
Bye. Okay, let's see. So
How do you know what a Kenku is, but not a dragon? No offense, Kaw.
He didn't say he knew what it was. He just didn't think it was weird.
That's more concerning.
Yeah. Let's see. You start walking through the town. Let me pull up the town section.
It's a really fun place, but I'm also very concerned.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Why are
At
you
least no one's
concerned?
singing a good morning song in this one.
That's true. That's true.
It feels like a Beauty and the Beast Dread Realm.
We literally got a Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, we did that one.
We've been there
Oh.
before. That was, I think, our first one.
Well,
Yeah, that was
sort of-
Kartakas.
Yeah, because yeah, he is kind of the beast.
To be fair, the first thing that we did at Kartakas was also kill someone. So
Yeah.
Yep. Remember that time you tripped an old man down the stairs and he was the quest NPC we were trying to go find?
if I remember correctly, we tripped him down the stairs, Jay.
No, you tripped him. I just made it work.
Yeah, I believe he rolled a natural 20 to murder that
Yep.
level 0 NPC.
And that's how we got our first house in Kartakas.
See, I only vaguely remembered that, and now I'm.
If you would like to
safe in
see
this
that,
party.
you can watch our VODs for Homebrewed
Yes, check out
on the
Homebrew.
Laughing Dragon Inn YouTube channel.
It's
There
spelled...
was much missed fun.
Yes. It's not spelled like you think. Okay.
No.
Okie dokie. So, you all start walking through town.
I gotta say, we have really upped like our naming things game. Task Force Unlikely
God.
was much better name.
I
I thought Homebrewed was pretty clever.
Yeah.
It was.
I like
Yeah.
Bar Crawl. I thought they were clever.
Yeah. But Task Force Unlikely. I absolutely love the name Task Force Unlikely.
We have gone 52 episodes just from that name alone.
Basically.
None of the characters, none of the roleplay, none of the combat, just the name.
All to keep the name going.
I apologize if you're the
okay.
person who came up with those first two names.
I think I was, but it's...
I had to think, it's like, was that... Sorry.
Task Force Unlikely is a better name. The streets are open and fairly quiet. From one house hangs laundry, while at another tonight's dinner cools on the windowsill. It is a beautiful day. Sun is shining. There's not a cloud in the sky. And you
No
all
mist,
start
or-
walking. No mist.
Just one track mind. Get my armor.
That's a lot
Get
of stuff.
my-
A lot of stuff.
Get my sword.
Okay, so you start walking.
Never thought I'd miss the javelins, but I do.
Get Kaw to stop poking you.
So you start
It's
walking.
really nice. Like right now, Kaw can hug Navira, and it's just kind of like, well, I mean, it's muscle squish, so it's like not as different, but like it's nicer. There's no like clang. Don't have to hold
Yeah,
your head at
rather
a weird
than
angle.
metal, it's rocks.
Technically softer.
Um,
Same with Tarbek too. Like poke.
Come on, that's where I keep my bagels.
so you start walking down the street. On your right,
And my pizza rolls.
you pass by a large stone hall.
Dang.
That has it looks like a barracks of some kind. And on your left, you can hear the clanging of metal that you would associate with a blacksmith. And behind the blacksmith's forge, you can see and hear what looks like an open air market.
Can we take a detour? I want to apologize to the blacksmith.
Yeah, so if you approach the blacksmith, there is a man sitting out front of the forge.
Assuming the party's okay with it.
He'll just be like, fine.
Just kind of waiting impatiently in the back. There is a man sitting out front. His arm is in a sling. And you can see behind him is a woman working the forge. And the man seems grumpy. And the woman kind of keeps being like, you're fine.
Tarbek will approach the man.
He's like,
hi there. So I'm also a smith, and I know how devastating injuries can be. I'm just here to apologize and offer my services as a healer if you are so inclined.
He kind of looks down at the ground and he's like, you got a couple lucky shots in. But then he will kind of hold up his arm, like, if you're going to heal it, that's great.
All right, Tarbek, you know what? We heard this guy. I feel bad. Tarbek's going to cast heal.
Oh, straight up heal? Okay.
I feel really
Why?
bad about this one. Because he's a smith.
He is
hurt.
He has
Have more hit
has, like,
points than
6
you will
points.
ever have throughout your entire life,
He
sir.
will cast Healic Word.
There you go.
First level.
He... Yeah, can you... Yeah, you can. He will...
6 points of healing.
That's pretty good. That's double his hit points. Oh, cool. Yeah.
I want to cast heal on someone who doesn't have a level.
Tarbek feels really bad, guys, okay?
You raise your hand in a quick prayer to Moradin, and he flexes his arm, he kind of stretches it out, and he removes the sling, and he kind of looks back at his wife, and she says, fine, you can fill this order then, and hangs up her apron and goes into the house.
I like her.
He kind of nods, and he says, thanks.
Don't mention it.
And he starts to stand up and put his apron on, and he says, you better now?
I think so.
Yep.
All right, then.
Well, be seeing you.
All right, then. Tarbek will just walk away.
Hi.
Yeah.
Let's go.
He very vaguely smiles, and you think that might be a win for this guy. Okay.
It's, it's smithing. It's...
Then you're going to pass 15 and 20. You walk by the butcher and a couple private homes. And then you are off into farmland. And you start walking past the farms. You can see... Sorry.
Now that we've left town, we wait for the... it's just a dumb joke. I was just going to say, we wait for the random encounter to start.
I had to roll
boy.
for that. You're okay.
The screen just goes whoosh and kind of spins.
Fire poker to fight a displacer beast or whatever he throws at us.
Oh no, this very first level RPG feeling is the joke that I'm making, so it would be like a giant rat.
Okay.
Would be.
Maybe a kobold if we're lucky.
Yeah. Gayle still has 1,000,000 dice of sneak attack, so
Yeah.
you're all going to be fine. But yeah.
Still got 6 level spells.
Well, you do now. You walk out of town into the farms. You can see closer to the ocean is a large, properly spooky building with kind of high walls that you think might be the sanitarium. And you keep walking. Eventually, the farmlands subside, and you enter into a small woods. When you get to the fork in the road, you head west. And all told, you're walking for probably about 2 hours before you approach the Heather house, which let me find the description of. I don't want the I don't want. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, please.
Twice.
There we go.
That's the second one. We should be fine after this. Here we go.
Two times.
Here we go. Sorry. Okay. Okay. As you approach the house up the nice little path, the wind dies down. There was a nice sea breeze, but now the air becomes still. But you can hear birds chirping throughout the heather wood, which is the name of this forest. And you can see, if you kind of look to either side, you can see deer and rabbits frolicking through the woods. And you approach the manor, which is on a high promontory jutting into the sea. There's a high ridge of rolling heath and a thick crescent of the trees, which surround the land and mark the boundaries of this house. What would you like to do?
I guess Gayle will go
Knock,
up and knock on the door.
Okay. After a couple minutes, it's a very large house, someone having to come down to attend to you. The large door is open, and an older, kind of rugged-looking, handsome man in a wheelchair rolls through the door, and he says, "Greetings. I was not expecting visitors. I am Lord Weathermay. I am delighted to have them, however. Please come in."
Hi, can we have our stuff back?
Ah, yes. The adventurers. Quite interesting. Please come in. And he'll back up and usher you into a beautiful sitting room.
Please don't be our dreadlord. I don't want to have to beat up a man in a wheelchair.
Okay.
If he's using Mustang supplement, this is going to be a challenge.
I understand that there's a very good chance that he can still kick our asses, but
Right, you'll feel bad.
I'll feel bad.
Yeah.
My money's on the bard.
My money's on the doctor.
Oh yeah, me too. That doctor's sus as fuck.
Anyone who's in charge of a sanitarium when we're in a dread realm, that's
true,
a red
though.
flag.
Oh, that's why this place is so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
I'm not
they
using
throw
that
they
book.
they
but-
probably put like pickpockets and like loiterers in the freaking 16 feet underground in a cage.
No. Throw them into the ocean, my good man. He rolls in and he calls to another room for Virginia to fetch the adventurer's gear. And he says, "Can I get anyone anything to eat or drink? Tea."
I think we're all right. Are we all right?
Kaw
We're
thinks about
fine.
it for a second, but then my reply is no.
Excellent. Virginia will be down in just a moment. Perhaps her layabout fiance is here to help. He will say, "What brings you to our fair borough?"
Miss.
Shrug.
We want our stuff.
I assure you,
Like pat Navira on the shoulder.
I assure you, my daughter is retrieving it.
Navira is almost vibrating at this point.
Reach up, pat Navira on her shoulder, and then just keep her hand there, holding her down.
Every time her fist is like,
No.
He says, kind of a little like nervouser now. I just daughter was also affected by the delirium about a month ago.
Yeah.
But-
What's up with this delirium?
I think he's just saying he doesn't like his daughter's choice of fiance.
Oh, he laughs and he says, "Both are true." He says that last part a little quieter, but he says, "No, I just don't get a good feeling about the lad." He says, "Yes, it affects people in slightly different ways, but most common, they receive a strong fever and they have hallucinations. Don't know what causes it. Seemingly random. Terrible. People get better though. My daughter's recovered just fine.
Do they remember the hallucinations?
Sometimes if they are strong enough."
Tarbek checks his temperature. It's like 120. That seems normal.
He says sometimes they do. My daughter, she spoke of this imposing castle. Nothing like that around here.
Did you say anything about mists?
Yes. She would often wake up clammy. I turned into Warminster for a moment. She would often wake up clammy, and she attributed it to the terrible mists of her dreams. She just had a fever.
Oh. All right.
Just oh fuck looks between all four of us.
Well, yeah, doesn't really know what's up.
All
Neither
things
do I.
considered, if that is the cause of this, they are. Honestly, I thought they would be coping with it a lot worse, but I'm afraid we're going to turn over a rock and find a whole bunch more spiders, basically.
Yeah, they're not freaking out about this hard enough.
Enough.
So, dare I suggest that maybe some of the things that are happening might not be hallucinations, because we have experienced something similar before we even came to this sleepy town, and certainly not hallucinations.
It says not hallucinations. You say? What do you mean?
Not the. I don't know exactly the nature of what your daughter went through, but the mists thing, that is a real thing.
Kaw is going to actually search her arms for a little bit and then pull up the bangle that her grandmother gave her that has a depiction of a castle Ravenloft on it.
He will look at it and say, "You'd have to ask Virginia for sure, but it does match her description." And look at all of you and say, "Is my daughter in danger?"
It's quite possible that all of you are in danger.
From
Cannot
whomst?
predict now.
We don't know.
Let's.
That's the problem. How long ago did this delirium start affecting people?
6 months?
What do you remember from before then?
From before then? Right, well, I've lived in this house all my life. My father was Lord of Mordenshire by the Sea, as am I, as will someday my daughter or her children be. The only other thing that has changed here, and as long as I can remember before you all showed up, was the arrival of my daughter's suitor.
Kaw makes a ding sound.
Can we meet him? Where is he?
Just going to be Strahd in like a tank top with
Duff
Cheeto dust
first.
on it.
So he calls for Virginia, and Virginia walks in, and Virginia is like this fairly thin young woman, and she's just piled down in armor and like sword. She's like kind of dragging Redeemer behind her.
Navira will stand up to help her.
I got it.
No, this is not an option.
Absolutely not. Navira single-armedly grabs everything and starts handing it back out
And
appropriately.
also grabs Virginia. Just picks her up.
And she says, "Oh, yes, thank you. Welcome and well met guest. I am Virginia Weathermay," and she will point as a fair-skinned blonde man enters, and she says, "And this is my betrothed, the Count Strahd von Zarovich."
I was right!
Kaw literally just like the devil.
Yes. Now, Kaw.
That is what she says.
Yes. Kaw,
She knows this guy.
this man does not look anything like Count Strahd von Zarovich. Where he is dark, like dark hair and kind of like alabaster features and kind of elongated elven ears and dresses in ridiculous clothes with a giant cape and a Dracula medal. This man is, as I said, kind of tan, blonde hair, piercing blue eyes, and he's wearing like very, very ratty looking, like a white shirt and a big apron. And he says, "Hello."
Upon hearing that name, Navira's going to drop everything she's holding with a loud clang and turn to Kaw and say, in Infernal, "What the fuck?"
Ask again later.
Sorry, you said your name was Strahd von Zarovich?
That it is.
Okay. Nice.
Either we got some like weird disguising going on, or we're being punked.
Yes.
Kind of looks at you funny. Lord Weathermay. His first name is in here at some point because almost certainly he would tell you to call him it. But I'll figure that out. Lord Weathermay will call his daughter over and say, "This woman wanted to show you something on her bracelet." And Virginia will walk over and say, "Yes, May I be of some assistance?
Kaw's gonna point at Strahd and show him too.
Virginia will kind of gasp and say, yes, this is the place from my dreams. And Strahd will squint at it and say, I too have been haunted by this place.
Yes.
But it is not real. The dreams cannot hurt us.
Can I do a vibe check to see if we're being punked right now?
Sure.
I would also invite anyone else to do this because I notoriously have a -1 to wisdom.
By the way, I was freaking out so much earlier that my microphone was unplugged. So that's
sorry if we missed anything.
yeah. I hate being right. I hate it so much.
Sometimes it's the worst.
It's the worst.
You literally called it 30 seconds before it happened. I'm
so mad.
Blown away.
I was going to try and stretch it out to the end of the episode, but I was like, I can't do this anymore. They're on to me.
That would have been the best way to reveal it. I think this might have been the second best way.
I also like throwing it into because it's fun to do it at the end of episodes, but also if you put it in the middle of the episodes, then you don't have 2 weeks to think about it. It's like, no, respond now. Respond now.
You got to see my respond now.
Yep.
All right, Navira can't see the hand in front of her own face because she rolled a 5.
Okay, just mad.
Well, Kaw also rolled a 5, but she also has a +9 to insight and a familiarity with Strahd von Zarvich.
Yes.
So,
Gayle?
Insight.
Yes, please.
Well, I rolled a 1, so no.
Nat 20 plus 9.
Okay. So,
Well, it's an 8, but
So 29.
Yeah, Gale's just like, he's just a dude, everybody. Like, why? I feel like maybe get a weird vibe from him, but Kaw and Tarbek, he seems genuine in his assertion that this castle is not real. You look, you're getting a creepy vibe from him. At the same time, you're just kind of like, yeah, he's just sort of a like he's not menacing. He's just, you can see why the dad doesn't like him. At the same time, it's not like he's like, oh my god, a vampire.
Tarbek's gonna say, Ancient in the Land says what?
I am the land, what? He doesn't say that. He just looks at you confused.
I was wondering, is there a mirror in the room?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're gonna go for that? Yeah, I've been putting that off.
I was thinking that, but I was also wondering, because everyone's we've seen has been human, right?
Correct.
I'm wondering if we all look like humans to everybody else.
Oh,
Yep.
Interesting.
Like, if I look in a mirror, do I see myself, or do I see, like, a human version of myself?
No,
I was also going to ask the governor to describe one of us.
Oh, yes. No, if you look in a mirror, you appear as Gayle. And if you asked the lord of the township, he would describe you as you are. Like, there's nothing too weird about. Yeah.
I did magic a guy's broken arm to complete health, so I'm assuming that is kind of, that is taken care of.
Magic is universal, I know that, but it's just like...
Right, but is this a human-only setting? Again, you've only seen humans, but nobody seems thrown off by you. So maybe there are other creatures outside of the town. But
okay. So, we got all our stuff?
yeah.
To go.
If everybody checks everything, they have everything. Kaw can put her wands back in their proper bandolier positions. The lord of the house will say, "I will see you out," and he'll start to move towards the front door.
Cool.
And as you approach the front door, he gestures for one of you to lean closer to him so he can talk suitably quietly. And he says, "Yes, you see it too. There's something not right with the boy. He's moved in, which I'm less than thrilled about. He said something at his old estate, the Griffin estate, chilled him to the bone, and he could not stay there anymore. And the house is suitably spooky as shit, but I don't want him here anymore. I'd rather he not be around."
Can you specifically say what it is about him that perturbs you?
I know this
Kaw's
is...
drawing a quick map while this conversation is happening because she wants to know where this house is.
Oh, perfect. He can easily fill it in for you. He says, "I know this is going to sound odd, but it's like he's too nice.
Yes.
It's as if he is hiding. No one is that nice. He's..." Marty in chat. "First of all, he's dating my daughter. Red flag. Not cool." No, he's just, there is like no darkness about him, and he is hiding something.
Yes.
But my daughter only sees the good in him, and maybe she is correct. Maybe she is the better person. I just don't trust anyone who has no darkness about them.
I mean, we're kind of used to having people pretend to be nice and then be kind of jerks to us. So
occupational hazard, yes.
Yeah. And, paranoia it's true because everything you think is bad is usually something bad.
Thank you. Finally.
Especially with our track record.
Finally, someone sees it from my point of view.
So we'll totally, go investigate your daughter's too nice fiance and then maybe rough him up a bit to get him out of your hair if you needed to.
Thank you. I will pay you whatever you want.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah. Even more money.
I feel like we shouldn't be making this accusation without evidence. Strad von Zarovich could be a very common name in these parts.
Kaw is just like inches from Tarbek's face at that point.
Yeah, no, you're right. Tarbek's like,
I don't think you believe
that
came out of your mouth.
No, I wanted to stop, but I had to finish the thought.
Have you met a lot of counts, Strad von Zarovich?
Kaw has.
Well, Kaw's met the one. What are the odds there's a two?
It's like the Forgotten Realms is John.
John von Zarovich.
John von Zarovich. No, he's the head singer in a rock band.
Alternatively,
we've named our next NPC.
Yes. Alternatively, Strad John Zarovich.
There you go.
Strad von Jonovich.
I'm loving it. Kaw, you have drawn a map that is missing bits because you haven't visited the whole town. But from here, the Lord can help fill you in some of it, and the house on Griffin Hill, which is where he came from, is way out of town on the moors. Like, there's not even a road that leads to it. He kind of helps draw a road, and then kind of like scribbles it because it just doesn't exist after a certain point. But it's like, it's like 20 hexes from here. It's going to take you a while to walk up there. It's way outside of town.
Cool.
We can always pay for a ride.
He says he can lend you some horses, although he kind of thinks about it. He says, although I have not seen the stable master in quite some time. He's odd man, kept to himself. I'm sure they're fine. Simply go talk to him, and I'm sure that you can borrow some of the horses.
Or we could walk.
Yep.
Or, well, we're level 11. We can take on a vampire. Let's go.
Kind of walk out. What about a vampire?
Don't worry about it. We part radiant damage.
Sounds good. Fight will be over in 2 seconds.
Come on, Navira, go for 90. Go for 90.
Hey, with my extra divine smite damage, I might just be able to, because he's undead.
And his name's
Literal
Devil Strahd. Does that count? Like, is that a fiend? Do you get to add another one on top?
Literally, my entire character build is like just vampire hunter.
Do you get to do this to him while he is in a 40-foot pillar of sunlight that just erupted at his feet?
No. And on fire.
Yeah.
There's a reason I think Andy hasn't thrown any actual vampires at us. We would melt them.
We did, and we did melt him, and we were like level 6 at the time.
In the first home game I DM'd, Marty played a light cleric and was always like if you threw Strahd von Zarovich at us, I was like, you and the paladin would eat him for breakfast. Like, you wouldn't need the rogue or sorcerer. Like,
I remember him talking about that.
Yeah.
Said it was built to melt Strahd.
oh my gosh, just would obliterate him.
Gone von Meltovich.
Okay. Would you like to inquire about horses, or just, I almost said hoof it, which would be ironic, or just walk it?
I mean, it'll take longer, but like,
We have so much else to be doing.
Maybe on our way there we can make some phone calls.
yeah. Hello there. I'm trying to remember Gale's uncle's name.
Probably Braun or Grigor.
Yeah.
Did you get back home safe? Also, we are in a random mist-drabbed realm.
Again.
Don't tell them that.
What?
Oh,
Bring back my Gale!
working on it.
Okay. Let me double check something.
This is the only character I play where I use almost all my spell slots out of combat.
Yeah.
I don't regret it, but
Nope.
I don't usually do it.
What's that? We're in a fight. I'll maybe use 1, 2 spells. What's that? We're going across map. 15 spells!
Okay, I don't need...
No, I'm in the same boat.
Most of Kaw's spells are outside of combat. They're all seeing the future and stuff.
It's been very helpful, actually.
Yeah. Always need to use stuff in combat. Okay. So
Yeah,
you
and Tarbek
do...
will...
Mhm.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
At some point, he will take out a few shards of the mirror and try to mend them back together. It's like...
Oh, you have your stuff back. Yeah, you can start to kind of... It's
Actually,
the
I'll
world's
just cast- wait,
sharpest puzzle.
I'll just cast Fabricate when we get home. There's no point in doing this.
Okay, so you put it all back. But you try and contact Gale's uncles. And you get back a single word. No.
Is it in a specific voice?
Heart emoji.
It is in a voice you do not recognize. It's certainly not one of Gale's uncles.
Hey, Kaw, do you have the sending spell prepared right now?
What level is it? Because I can.
Third.
Dear D&D Beyond, when I pick on my third level spells, I don't want to see the spells I can cast at third level. I want to see my third level spells.
Oh, you can do known spells.
I think you can click known spells. Let's see.
I can, but just looking at the spell list itself.
Oh.
Ah.
Clerics are weird because they have all their spells, but only get different ones every day. It's one of the buffs that wizards added before they realized that the only reason clerics are seen as weak is because people use them as healers when they're actually insanely powerful.
Oh, yeah, they're
almost every aspect.
one of the best casters in the game. If not the best. They're so good in 5e.
Granted, most of the classes are really like solidly bad, except for with some exceptions, Ranger.
They're all great.
Just play a fighter
They're
with a
all
bow. It's way better.
Or a rogue with a bow.
Scout Rogue
Scout
is actually
Rogue,
awesome.
like-
I love Scout Rogues.
But none of those can have a pet wolf that's better at combat than they are.
True.
That's true. That's true. Or
I played a druid our first campaign, and I beg to differ.
oh yeah, those bad dogs.
Be the wolf.
Or you can
Be
have
the
a,
wolf, summon the wolves.
Yeah.
I'll get pack tactics, and then you just keep going.
And that's how we murdered a wolfware.
Yeah. That's how you all killed your
irony.
first Dark Lord. Aww.
Aw.
Memories.
And he got back up.
He did get back up. It's hard to kill Dark Lords. Okay. Kaw, do you have sending?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to try and send to someone?
Yes.
To whom, and what would you like it to say?
Same uncle, same message. Step 1 in troubleshooting. Can you replicate the problem?
Excellent. So in Tarbek's voice, you repeat the same message. A voice you recognize says, no.
Whose voice?
The devil Strahd von Zarovich.
Oh!
Good.
I'm gonna hand Kaw a paper bag preemptively.
Her beak goes right through the bottom of it.
Okay.
Like, moment of panic. Moment of panic. Gonna send again and try asking him what's going on.
Hey, buddy.
Just between us.
Hey Dracula, where's my money?
Pretty much.
Fucking nerd.
No, you're here, you big fucking nerd. Where's my money?
Two clerics and a paladin.
Two
And
clerics
someone
and a paladin walk into a dread room and are like, where's my fucking money?
Cleric's a paladin and a demigod.
Yeah, and a demigod who can who's probably, if she had a profile, demigod of disarming traps. Like, which, believe me, I've been to Castle Ravenloft. You want that demigod on your side at all times.
Yeah, we literally just are like one big party of vampire hunters.
You are. You are.
No wonder Strahd's like, no hard emotion.
No.
Nope. Different group of adventurers.
Please leave.
These guys are level 3. I like them better.
Okay. So I'm sorry. You would like to message Strahd, and what was your question?
What's going on, buddy? It's been a minute. Probably about 15 years.
He will respond,
We should catch up.
yes. Hold on, I have to count words. I remember you. He says, I could ask you the same. You have met the false Strahd?
Yes.
I didn't think this would work. I'm super worried now.
He says,
Oh, I absolutely expected it to work.
yes, I shall end him soon.
Should we tell him or?
No.
Uh,
Dan, you
What
also
about
muted
everybody?
yourself. I don't know if that was on
Yeah.
purpose.
It was on purpose because I'm making
Okay.
all sorts of pain noises right now.
All of y'all are freaking out. Like, here's the deal: is the best place for a Strahd is actually in Ravenloft because that's his hole in his prison. So if he's here, that's worse.
As far as you know, though, Kaw, you are not in Barovia currently. This is not Barovia. It's pretty.
Ooh.
Like,
It's nice here.
you're not damp.
Yeah, this would be like if your prison was like a 5-star resort or something.
This is like an English vacation town, basically.
Like, don't get me wrong, Ka likes her home, but it's not because it's nice.
Right. Oh no, it's because it's got people you love there. There's a difference.
Yup.
Aw, everyone go off.
Another thing you have noticed, Kaw, you have not seen a Vistani yet, and that's a little weird.
Yup.
Okay.
Suddenly I have guesses as to who's in the sanitarium.
While this whole thing is going on and we're walking, Navira is trying her like absolute damnedest to remember the hallucinations and what happened in the last 3 days.
Okay. Give me a charisma check.
Oh. I'm actually quite
Yes.
skilled at this.
And if anyone else would like to recall them, for the clerics, it is a wisdom check, and for Gayle, it is an intelligence check.
Natural 20.
Okay, perfect.
Damn.
So that would be a 23 in total.
I'm just gonna pass on my check.
Okay.
She rolled the 20.
Let's see.
Okay, I rolled a nat 1, so.
I can apparently only roll 5s today, so that's a 14.
Well, that's pretty good. What's up, Gayle? Or Liz? Or both?
I am frozen. I know what's going on.
Okay, we can...
Okay, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear
See
you.
you moving and
And you're not...
Okay, now you froze.
Now you're frozen.
Hold, please. Okay, if we can get her back for just a couple minutes, I can read the thing that Okay, we're back. We're back for but a moment.
A bit.
And then we'll wrap it up. Okay. So, Navira, you remember seeing the dark and twisted visage of a vampire moving towards you. His hand outstretched. He smiles at you, his hand reaching out towards your throat as he seeks to bite you while grappling you. However, you're Navira and you eat vampires for breakfast. So you are fighting back and like you are doing well against him. But as you do, there's kind of a flash and your eyes are blinded by the bright sunlight of Mordenshire by the sea, and you kind of see that you were not actually attacking a vampire, you're attacking a bunch of townspeople, so you hold back your blow, and that's when you can see everyone kind of gets tackled, and your weapons are taken from you, and the doctor approaches and says that he will handle it from here, and he starts waving a pocket watch in front of your eyes. And then that is the last thing you remember. You think there are obviously more bits to it, but that's the kind of the bit that immediately flashes into your head when you try and remember. Yes, question.
Oh dear, she's frozen.
Oh, come on. Oh, come
Doesn't look frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, frozen.
Oh, okay, wait. I think you're back, Mira.
Wait, I'm frozen?
No, you're good
Nope,
now.
You're fine.
No,
Right.
I didn't think I was frozen. I was actually just sitting there very quietly
Okay.
and still.
Liz is frozen again.
Liz is
Liz is
frozen
frozen,
again. So
though.
we're gonna wrap this up. Did you have a question? You did raise your hand. Did you have a question though?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, there were things that I wanted to do, but without Liz,
Okay.
well,
so,
we can save them for next time.
we will save those for next time then. Very sorry, Liz. Outros and plugs. Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan. My fortune-telling service for stuff that happens 30 seconds later is going to be starting soon. I have a Twitter. You don't have to follow me. It's fine. Have a nice day. That's my plug. Is having a nice day. It's been, I think, a really rough year for all of us. This is like a year anniversary, basically, of when the world ended. Wash your hands. Keep your head up. Just try to be good to each other. It's hard. I know it's really hard, but we gotta home stretch. We gotta make sure we follow protocol.
100% agree. Liz would normally say you can follow her on Twitter if you like, but you don't have to. She's at Liz Horan. And then usually, what is it? It's Jay. Sorry, the overlay got weird. So right now you're looking at beautiful soup art. So Jay's next.
Hi. Reiterate a lot of what Dan said. Wear your mask, wash your hands. Hopefully you are in a place that doesn't have a shitty rollout of vaccines, but I don't know if there are a whole lot of those. And never once did I expect to want to help Strahd get back in his castle, but, here we are. Like this terrible man's back in his terrible homes where he can't hurt other people.
Mira.
I am having a blast. This was a very fun game. Wear your mask, wash your hands, please. Even if you, like me, have a governor who is taking away the mask mandate for a PR stunt, please continue to wear it. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram at Birds Nerds, I post art sometimes, but probably in the next upcoming weeks, I'm going to be reposting marketing material for a project that I have been a part of for the past 7 weeks and will be a part of for the rest of the year. It'll be really cool. So be on the lookout for cool stuff from that. Have a great night.
Perfect. I will echo what everyone said. Please be safe. Please be kind. I know that this is wearing on everyone. And it's hard right now, so just try and be extra understanding and kind. It's affecting everyone in different ways, and it's rough. So just keep doing your best and be patient and kind, please. And safe. And that's it.
And play D&D with your friends safely if you can.
Play D&D with your friends, because it's rad. We got Liz back. Maybe.
Reconnecting.
Yeah, let's...
Eh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yay!
Hey.
Would you like to plug anything, Liz? Sorry, we
I don't know. Better Discord service, maybe?
an update.
Because I'm pretty sure it's
Don't
not
hold
my
your
internet.
breath.
It very well could be Discord. It very well could be. Because it hates Mira for some reason.
You'd think after a year of remote social connection, they would have fixed their service in some ways. You'd think.
You'd think.
It's a free service, so I'm not going to complain too much, but still, like, come on. It's not like...
Stop booting me out of the call every 45 minutes.
Yeah, that. It's like, stop specifically screwing over... Well, I mean, I guess at least you didn't screw over Mira this time, but still.
No, we lost Mira twice, didn't we?
Oh,
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
We lost Mira the average number of
Yeah.
times we lose Mira.
Yeah.
We
So
just
it
had
just
an
didn't
extra
feel
amount
like-
of Liz
Yeah.
losings.
The one happened early, though. It happened like 6 minutes into the episode, and usually it's like
Mhm.
half an hour. But yeah, so everybody be safe, and that's it. Monday is Galaxy and Revolt. Wednesday is Star Chasers. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.